We actually had done a part of a strategic plan and a needs analysis, which the needs was really asset driven in 2002. We were asset poor, meaning all we owned was really Gorsuch, and we had just built out hydro. And so the markets were moving, so we needed to make some changes. So probably the growth as we went forward was probably one of my number one issues, from what I thought we would be able to position ourselves better. Because of the success of Belleville, how well it operated and everything, we really said, let's look at the 10 top sites in the Ohio River in our neck of the woods and have MWH evaluate them. And what we ended up with is the evaluation showed that Meldal was the number one site, and then Candleton, Smithland, and Willow Island were the next ones. And Hamilton was working towards the Meldal project. So we took the first three, the 2, 3, and 4, and AMP took those on. And then later on, we became involved in the Meldal project with Hamilton. And so I think it was the success of JV5, the fact that hydro is 50 to 64% available, meaning you're going to get that many hours out of the year. It's usually on peak, but we just felt like that was partly a good portfolio, and it was renewable. And we knew how to run them. We knew about them. And so we had a strong push to get those done. So that's why I push for it. I'm a true believer in hydro. We have a good hydro fleet. We have some good people running those fleets, educated. We knew about them. I think we'll gain a lot going forward from that, from productivity. Once we went out of state and it started getting past Philippi, West Virginia, and it got to be more members, and then like the Blue Ridge and all that, we had decided that we needed to go to do more analysis and bring to the board a better analysis with a spreadsheet or criteria, I'll say. And so that when a new member was coming in, they understood the credit scoring program. They understand that they needed to target 6 months of cash reserves for operating, all those type of things. And so I think that helped the board a little bit. And we also had to show where we could give that member value and vice versa. But I think we also demonstrated what it was doing for the organization. Okay, that growth, that revenue, it made us more sophisticated. We could belong to the T's. We could do a better job. We did better risk analysis. The growth was good in the fact that we brought in Michigan South Central Power Agency. We brought in Blue Ridge. DMEC came in. All those organizations brought quality. I mean, usually quality board members that really, I feel, was an asset to AMP and its other board members. I think one of them is the Gorsuch project. That was an old plant that they acquired. It ran well. It was 4 units, 200 megawatts of 50 units apiece, but it was old. And when I was there, we quickly put a plan in to say, what happens? We had a consent decree issued, and we were going to get faced with increasing cost. But that was a milestone in my opinion, because we transitioned it properly. Fremont acquisition, the combined cycle plant, we had to finish about 65% of it, but we got the thing done. It's been a good project. It's run well. I think that was a huge milestone for the organization as well. AMP transmission, we probably should have, we all said this, we should have done this 10 years ago, but that's a big hurdle. And I think the new leadership at AMP right now in 2020 is a big milestone. 20 years is a long time. Well, history is important, and I want to get the plug for this brochure right here. This is the AMP and industry timeline from 1990 to 2019. And I'll tell you, our membership changes all the time. You got to understand how this organization got there, why, and the why is to provide value to the members. But I think that's what's critical, is that AMP, whether it's through T or internally, continues to look at innovation to make sure that their members are getting their bang for their buck going forward, and not just jumping into the latest technology. They need to make sure that it's a long-term asset. I wish for AMP to continue to find value-added solutions for its members for another 50 years.